It was a night of terror for the inhabitants of the Phlegraean Fields in Naples and the surrounding areas after a magnitude 4.4 earthquake struck at 1:25 a.m. Many people were sleeping when they were knocked out of bed by the strong tremor. Rubble and plaster collapsed. Several buildings were damaged, but there was no collapse. Several cars were damaged by collapsing rubble. The seismic swarm continued throughout the night with over 20 tremors, all of lesser magnitude than at 1:25 a.m. Fortunately, there were no victims, but at least 6 people were slightly injured, including a child. Another 5 people went to hospital because they fell ill, probably caused by fright. Several people, seized by despair over the Bradyseism problem that has worsened in recent months, stormed the former NATO headquarters in Bagnoli. The gate was forced open, and people entered the military facility in search of a safe place to spend the night. At the former NATO military base, the mayor of Naples, Gaetano Manfredi, let it be known that a permanent reception area will be set up for citizens. The mayor of Naples said that the occurrence of other strong earthquakes cannot be excluded in the coming days. Meanwhile, the National Institute of Geophysics and Volcanology has let it be known that there is no evidence of imminent eruptions. However, an acceleration of the Bradyseism phenomenon, such as in the summer of 2023 or in May 2024, has been reported. But this, the experts reiterated, does not mean that there is evidence for an imminent eruption. Bradyseism is a geological phenomenon that consists of a slow vertical movement of the ground, characterized by alternating phases of raising, uplift, and lowering, subsidence. Technically speaking, this phenomenon is caused by pressure variations within underground magma chambers. When magma rises and accumulates, it causes the ground to rise. When it cools or recedes, the ground subsides. This process is often accompanied by low-intensity seismic activity and changes in the composition of fumaroles and thermal waters. Historically, the term Bradyseism derives from the Greek brades, slow, and seismos, tremor, and is particularly well known for its occurrence in the Campi Flegrei near Naples. This area has recorded major Bradyseism episodes over the centuries, with tangible effects such as the immersion and submergence of the Macellum, the so-called Temple of Serapis, in Pozzuoli. The Bradyseismic crisis of the 1980s represents one of the most significant events in recent history. Between 1982 and 1984, the Phlegraean Fields were hit by a ground uplift of about 1.8 meters, accompanied by thousands of earthquakes. The situation became so critical that on 2 November 1983, the evacuation of Pozzuoli's Rione Terra was ordered, with around 40,000 people displaced. This traumatic event led to the birth of a new district, Monterusciello, built specifically to accommodate the evacuees. After a period of relative calm, the Bradyseism resumed with increasing intensity. Since 2005, the area has experienced a new phase of uplift, more gradual but persistent. In September 2022, an intensification of seismic activity led to new concerns. The situation deteriorated further between 2023 and early 2025, with increasingly frequent seismic swarms. This led to the strengthening of the evacuation plan for the Campi Flegrei red zone and the approval of government decrees to monitor and secure buildings. The scientific community continues to carefully monitor the phenomenon through a dense network of sensors and satellites, trying to predict the evolution of this complex situation that affects a densely populated area with approximately 500,000 inhabitants. Translated with DeepL.com. Free version.